Alright, welcome back everybody. In the last lesson we learned how to use our open strings, right? And today we are going to start working on the thinnest string, which is the high E. So we're going to be working with the E sound, the F sound, and the G sound. Alright, so there is a note in between, in the middle, the second fret is the F sharp. So you could play E, F, F sharp, G. Alright, so we're going to work on that. It's going to be our first string that we're going to be working on today. So I would just practice maybe a few picks. Getting your finger in position closest to the fret, and then play one and off. One on, off. Then use your ring finger for the third one in your G. So E, E, E. Alright, and get your fingers warmed up. Remember, we always play the first fret with our pointer finger. Play the third fret with our ring finger. So let's go nice and slow together. We'll do it a little bit faster each time. So on the count of three, we're going to go E, F, G. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. E, F, G. Alright, let's go a little bit faster. We're going to go E, F, G. Alright, 1, 2, ready, go. E, F, G. Alright, not bad. Let's get a little bit faster every time. So you get used to that. Alright, so let's try it again. As fast as you can go. Ready, and go. Good. Alright, now we're going to work our way back down from G to F to E. So we start with our G, nice and slow. 1, 2, ready, go. G, F, E. Let's try it again. Nice and slow. G, F, E. Good, excellent. Alright, now we're going to work going up and back down. If you need to pause the video so you can continue to practice going either up or down, and then whenever you're ready, join us back again, but we're going to try and go all the way up and all the way back down. So, nice and slow. E, F, G, F, E. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. E, F, G, F, E. Alright. Join us in the next lesson. We're going to start going over what it looks like on the sheet music. So, stay tuned. Alright, it is time to do some practice on your own. I will keep a cadence for you if you want to keep the cadence with me, but we're going to go bum, 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 bum. Alright, so let's try it all together. Open. 1, 3, 1, open. 1, 3, 1, open. And for those of you who are just using your finger, right, you want to make sure you get in there, and you can use these other fingers as a rest somewhere. Make sure that wrist is down there so you have good position. And again, open. Now you like to tell the notes, so you want to learn those notes every time you do it. G, F, E, F, G, F, E. Alright, great job. Once you take the next 2 or 3 minutes, make sure you're mastering this. Don't worry about your fingers. Keep pressing hard. It might be sore for a couple weeks, but once you get it, it's going to feel a lot better and it's going to be a lot easier. Okay, I hope you had some good practice there in the last couple minutes. The next thing we're going to be doing is going over some of the notes that are on there. There's a couple cheats that will help you get the notes correctly. Again, we are working on E, F, and G, right? E. And you can see those are on the higher end. If you look to our left, there are ways to see what the strings are and what the different notes are. So you have E, G, B, D, and F. Those are all along the lines, and they mean every good boy does fine. So if you can remember that, you could start at your low E, and you can work all the way up to your high F. Alright, so that's what you want to start working on there as you're working your way up the fretboard. Alright, so if you can remember every good boy does fine, it will be a lot easier as you go through and trying to read the sheet music. Alright, now whenever you have your notes that are on in between the lines, you would have an F, an A, a C, and an E. So you're remembering the word face. Alright, so that one's really easy to worry about, is face. So F-A-C-E is between the lines. Every good boy does fine is on the lines. Alright, so again, you can see where your E would be, right? So that top space in the word face would be your E, your high E, your F, and then your G would be one more up above the 5-line sheet notation. Alright, so we're on the higher end. So how do we go down to the lower end, right? This would be F, E, right? E. And again, we would start in an F would be your 1. And what would be next? E, F, and G. Alright, so we're getting the top string and the lower string. You can hear it, it sounds very similar, just different octave. Alright, so I want you to practice that a couple minutes. Try going from low string to high string. Alright, practice that for a couple minutes, and we'll see you back here in a couple seconds. Alright, welcome back to the next portion of this video. As you can see with the chart that's going to be on your left hand side of the screen, you have on the top you have a sheet music notation, and then below it you have a guitar tablature is what we talk about. There are two ways to play guitar. You can play from the sheet music notation, or you can play from the guitar tablature, and whatever is more comfortable from you is what you'd want to play. Alright, they're both the exact same notes though. You can see there are 3 notes, the E, the F, and the G. Now, because it is on the higher part of the sheet music notation, that would be the thin string. Alright, so this E here is that E you will be playing. Now you can see in the guitar tablature it means 0, and that means I'll be using 0 part of my other hand. Alright, the other, when you see the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all that's referring to is I'm starting at the neck of the, this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on all the way up. So, as you can see, it is on the first string where that 0 is, right? That's our E string, right? And you can see the E note is the top space in our 5-lined sheet notation. Alright, so that's a 0. So you might want to get used to that. It's just playing that E, right? That's 0 on the tablature, or that is the highest space on the 5-line sheet music notation. Alright, so now I'm going to scroll out just a little bit here, and what we're going to do is I'm going to bring my neck into view, and what we're going to do is we're going to start with the 1. Now, that would be what? What note would that be? Correct. That would be the F note. All right. So what we need to do is we need to use this first finger, right? And we want to put it right next to the fret. You can see all of these are all little frets, bars. And you don't want to try and play down here. It doesn't sound as good. But as I move the finger up towards the fret, see, it sounds a lot better. So you want to make sure your finger is right next to the fret bar closest to wherever you're picking. All right, so E, that's your 0. F would be going up, right? It's going up the scale. You can see it's 1/2 step up the scale. And you got to press pretty hard with this finger. You can see. And if you can see, there's a line in my finger, and it's going to hurt maybe for the first couple of weeks until you get some calluses on those fingers. So E, and then you're going to put your finger down. That's F. So where are we going to go next? You can see on the scale to the left, G is even higher. It's above the 5-line notation. So we're going to use our next finger, and we're going to go to 3, right? We're going to skip F and go to G. Now, why would we do that? What's in the middle here? All right, this would be F minor. All right, this would be F minor here. So we have to skip till we can stay in notation. So E, and we go. First fret is F. Third fret is G. All right, you can see it doesn't sound as good, but as soon as I slide up, all right. So you want to stay close. All right, so E is 0. F is you're moving up the scale. And G, you move up to the 3rd. And then you're going to work your way back down and open. All right, welcome back. Hopefully you got your first taste of your first scale, and you got mastered that high E and that low E, and you got that first scale, and you're working on that. We want to introduce our next song to you, and that is going to be, since it is time of the season, we're going to start with a little Jingle Bells. All right, Jingle Bells. And I will put some sheet notation up at the end of this video so that you can practice on your own and print it out, but it's going to start with your open E string, the first 3 notes. Right, just like jingle bells. So we're going to start with that. Jingle bells. Good. And then again, it says jingle bells after that twice. So it's jingle bells, jingle bells. Good. All right. And then you're going to bring your G into it. So 6 E notes, and then a G, and then we're going to drop down to our B string and go C, D, and E again. So 6 ones, nice and slow. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle all the way. Alright, so let's try it again. We have our 6 E's, then a C, D, and an E. Here we go. Alright, so go ahead and pause the video and keep working on that right now. Alright, we're going to move to the next section of the song, which is going to start with an F. So we're going to be, oh, what fun it E to ride in a D in a 1-horse. Oh. And then here's the tricky part. You're going to add an E in there. And sleigh. And then you're going to go back to a G to start. And then you go back to E to start the song all over again. And then back to the F part. Now here's where it is, where you're going to end the song. You're going to go to a high G. So it's, oh, what fun it is to ride in a 1-horse D, then C. And that is your next song you learn. So let's go ahead and let's go nice and slow, and we'll try and play it together. Alright, start with your E, that's your high E open string, and do your 6 notes. G. Good job. Go to the F. E. N, A, D. Sneak the E in there. All the way up to G. And this is the tricky part, right? Big finish. E. And we go up to G. D. Finish with the C. Alright, 2 lessons, 2 songs down. If you have any questions, please comment below. If you need help, please email me and I will FaceTime you, or we'll do something that we can get on video so that I can help you get 2 songs and 2 lessons. Hope you're having great. Keep working on that scale, right? And if you do take a video, please send me your video. I'd love to hear you play your song or play your scale, and I'd love to hear from you. All right, for Aaron Rekich, we'll see you in the next lesson.